Very good morning, students. In today's class, we will be discussing about the instruments of monetary policy of the RBI. We'll see what is monetary policy. So, the monetary policy means it refers to the policy of managing the total volume of credit in circulation in the country. See, the volume of direction of the bank credit has an important role in playing in economic activity. If there is too much of credit, excessive credit generally leads to inflation, which is not good for the country. That is, excessive credit leads to inflation. And if there is less credit in the economy, leads to contraction of credit. That is, if it is contraction in the credit, leads to deflation in the economy, which is not good for the economy. Okay, thus the expansion and contraction of credit and currency will bring fluctuation in economic activities. Lack of availability of a cheap credit may also hinder the economic development of the country. So, the central bank of a country has the responsibility of controlling the volume and direction of credit in the economy. Okay, how this instruments is used by the RBI by using the monetary policy, we will be discussing one by one. So, the monetary policy of RBI, it uses the two techniques. Okay, one is called as a quantitative method, the another one is called as a qualitative method. First, we'll see what is this quantitative method. It is non-discriminatory. Non-discriminatory means we cannot change in character, as they tend to expand and contract the flow of the money in all the channels. That is called as a quantitative method. And what is qualitative method means? The qualitative methods, it will be selective method. Selective method means it will have a discriminatory. Okay, so indirectly it discriminates, but here it is non-discriminate. They encourage the flow of money supplied to desirable channels and check the flow of funds to undesirable channels. That is the work done by the qualitative method. Okay, so we will be seeing under the quantitative methods what are the things we are going to discuss. So, under the quantitative method, okay, we were going to discuss about the bank rate, about the banking or means open market operation, cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio. So, now we will see what is bank rate. Actually, bank rate is the interest charged by the RBI for providing funds or loans to the banking system. That is called as a bank rate. So, this banking system includes the commercial and the cooperative banks, Industrial Developmental Bank of India, Industrial Financial Corporation, Export and Import Bank and other approved banks. Okay, so these are all the banks and the financial institutions where the RBI charge the interest rate. Okay, funds and loans to the banking system, that is called as a bank rate. Okay, and here next one is open market operation. So, what is open market operation means? It is an instrument of monetary policy which involves buying and selling of government securities in the open market. So, let me give an example of how the government securities, bonds, shares, debentures that RBI sells and buys on behalf of the government in the open market. We will see with the help of the example. Say the RBI sells the government securities. So, RBI sells the government securities to increase the credit flow in the economy. When the RBI purchases, when the RBI buys, that is purchases the securities from the banks and the public, it increases the volume of the credit in circulation. While they sell, what will happen means it decreases the volume of the credit. So thus purchases expand the credit. So when RBI purchase, it expand the credit, and when it sells, it contract the credit. Means the people taking more loans, right? So when the loans are more, the people will have more money. When they have more money, they demand more goods in the economy. When they demand more, the money supply will be more in the economy. Okay. So in order to control that, the RBI will purchase and sell the securities from the public people. See, suppose I am buying something. Buying means I am spending money. That means more the credit will be expanded in the economy. So when I sell something, the contract, it will lead to the contraction in the economy. Okay. So selling means I'll get the money. Purchase means it will be expanding. Okay, this is about the open market operation. The next one is cash reserve ratio. You people would have studied about CRR. Okay, cash reserve ratio. It is a certain percentage of bank deposits which commercial banks are required to keep with the RBI in the form of reserve or balance. I'll tell you, see, CRR means, now commercial bank is there. For example, I'll take SBI bank. Now SBI bank have 5 crores of deposits, for example. Okay, in that 5 crores of deposit, now the SBI bank has to keep certain percentage of its total deposits as a certain reserve with the RBI. With RBI, it should keep certain cash reserve. Okay, so what is a cash reserve usually maintained means like 3% or a 4%. In 5 crore, for example 5 crore I said, or 10 crores or 20 crores, how many crores they have total deposits. From that the commercial banks have to keep certain percentage as a CRR in the RBI deposit. The commercial bank has to keep certain percentage of deposits with the RBI as a CRR, cash reserve ratio, like 3% and 4%. That is called as a cash reserve rate or ratio. The next one is statutory liquidity ratio. So what is the statutory liquidity ratio means? Now commercial banks are there. That commercial bank have to maintain a certain percentage of the total demand and time deposits with themselves in the form of a liquid asset. For example, the commercial bank have the total deposits of 5 crores. Okay, from that 5 crores, for example SBI bank, the SBI bank have the total time deposit, that is fixed deposit of 5 crore, means in that 5 crore the bank has to keep as a SLR, that is statutory liquidity ratio, as 23%. From 5 crores, it should keep with themselves 23%, or it will be changing like 25% or 38%. It will be keep on changing according to RBI instruction. The commercial has to change the ratio like 28 or 38 or a 23%, like that it will be keep on changing. So why they have to keep in the form of with themselves as a liquid means, see, sometimes we will withdraw the money from the bank. At that time the bank should have the money to issue us, so they should keep with themselves. Okay, the remaining money they will lend for a loan. So this is called as a statutory liquidity ratio. The next one is qualitative method. Qualitative method means, already I told you, the central bank varies the margin requirements from time to time to regulate the volume of the credit. So first one is regulation of a consumer credit. So what is this means? Credit given to the consumer to buy certain durable goods. See, durable goods will be like a car, television, washing machines, etc. Okay, to buy this the consumer need the money. So in order to help the consumers, it gives the loan. Okay, so that consumer credit is regulated by them. So here the RBI will, this method is used to regulate the terms and conditions under which loans are taken for purchasing of durable goods. Okay, so excess demand for these goods leads to inflation. To avoid this problem, consumer credit is to be regulated. To check the consumer credit, central bank may increase the margin requirements. Okay, it will keep certain amount as a margin requirement, reduces in the repayment period of a loan to increase the rate of interest applicable to such loans. That is one method used by the RBI. That is margin requirements and regulations of a consumer credit. So the next one is, it controls through the directives. So how it controls through the directives means, it tells, it gives the direction. RBI gives the directions to the commercial banks and it controls either by written form or by the oral directives given to the commercial banks to control the money supply in the economy. That is one method. The another one is credit rationing. So RBI issues the prior information or direction that loans to the commercial banks will be given to a certain limit. So sometimes it gives the direction how much you have to give the loans to the people. For the commercial banks, it will tell the information, or it will direct priority. Okay, what is the limit? For example, now Nirav Modi and so many other people have taken more loans beyond their wealth, with beyond their asset. Okay, so such thing will be guided and which is priorly monitored. What is the limit they have to give the loan? Everything will be provided earlier itself. That is credit rationing. The next one is direct action. See, when banks are not listening to the RBI direction, the forced measures will be taken against the commercial banks. So it may refuse to rediscount the bills and advancing the loans against the securities. Okay, it may even charge the penalty. It will collect the interest rate borrowed beyond the prescribed limit. So such actions will be taken against the commercial banks. So these are the various methods which is followed. And the next one is moral suasion. So morally it will tell, it will advise the commercial banks. Okay, and it gives suggestions to the commercial banks. That is moral suasion. And also here we can see publicity. It takes it distributes, or the bank giving regular publicity to the money market trends, educates the commercial banks to regulate the credit. It includes the publishing of the monthly reviews of credit and business conditions and the annual reports on the operations of the business and the banking sector. So these are the various money control method or instruments followed by the RBI, that is called as a monetary policy.